Guys, I'm excited to talk to you today about Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. This movie is coming to theaters this Friday, the 26th of August, and let's get my spoiler-free review. But before we dive into it, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Okay, let's talk about Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Okay, so this movie is very much a satirical comedy, right? That's what it is. This is satire at its finest. We've got Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall starring, so you know it's going to be amazing because they are both legends. But this movie is unique, is a good word for it. It's unique, it's interesting, it's entertaining, it's captivating, it's emotional at times. It's got characters that are likable and characters that you will love to hate. There's a lot going on here, but overall, it is absolutely worth a watch. Now, this film follows a Southern Baptist megachurch that has a little bit of a scandal has happened. A little bit. You'll find out more on that when you watch the movie. But they are basically trying to rebuild their church, bring back their congregation, and reopen to the public and be, very excited to rise to the top again. That's definitely their ultimate goal. So obviously, the Pastor Childs is Sterling K. Brown, and his wife, the First Lady of the church, is Regina Hall. Now, they have a great chemistry on screen together, or perhaps I should call it anti-chemistry, right? There's obviously some tension there. There's some feelings there. There's sassy remarks. There's spunky remarks between each other, which is what makes this so much fun. Now, as they are working to bring back their congregation and reopen their church, they have brought on, maybe they haven't hired them, but they've allowed them to come into their lives, a documentary crew, right? They're going to follow them around with cameras. They kind of do the fly on the wall thing, which they address at the beginning. They're not going to talk back to them. So it's very much like The Office style, right? Where you just see them filming, they're answering questions, they're saying what they're feeling, but you don't hear the people behind the camera talking. So where it gets a little bit confusing is that there are moments in the movie that you are seeing that are not what the documentary crew, the camera crew is shooting. And there are most of the moments is what the camera crew is actually shooting. So sometimes a scene will start and you'll think like, oh, the camera crew is there. But it becomes obvious enough that they're not there eventually, but that's where things can get a little bit confusing at times. You're like, oh, why is the camera crew here shooting? Oh, they're not. Okay, all right. Stuff like that. Like some scenes in the bedroom, you're like, are they in there just shooting? This is awkward and weird if they are, but they're not. So, it's just little things like that kind of mess up the flow of the movie a tad. And then something else that's a negative about this movie is that there are some parts that just seem to go on a little long, some scenes that go on a little long, especially towards the end, that they could have been cut a little bit to help with the pacing. I mean, overall, the movie is only like an hour and 41 minutes, so it's not like it's way too long. It doesn't really fully drag. It just, the pacing becomes a little bit off, and it's not to the point where you're going to be like, oh, when is this movie going to be over? But it slows down the pacing a little bit. Sterling K. Brown, man, he's incredible. He's amazing. He's so good in this role, which is scary because I kind of love the dude and I think he's amazing. So it was interesting to see him in this light and in this aspect. But Regina Hall, man, she is a legend. She is amazing. She is the one that completely steals this show, even against Sterling K. Brown. I mean, she's so good and powerful and emotional. There's a scene towards the end that had me tearing up. I was like, gosh, she's so phenomenal. And you could tell she put her heart and soul into this role. And she's so relatable and so likable. And I absolutely loved her character, Trinity. She has her own issues, most definitely. She's got her own problems, but they kind of address them a little bit in a conversation with her mother, and you really just start to feel for her, and she's definitely the standout. Now, the supporting cast is phenomenal as well, but it is these two that are at the forefront of the film. It's a very interesting, captivating story. There are moments that are very cringy, though, like, not in a bad way, but like at the premiere, which thank you YouTube for inviting me. But at the premiere, there was a lot of people around that were watching, and they were literally going, "Oh no," or "Oh, did he do that?" or "Oh," like it's that hard to watch. Certain things that are said, certain mannerisms that are used. But overall, it is an entertaining movie. It's much better than I expected, I will say. Of course, Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall, just they're phenomenal, and it's an interesting take on the mega churches in a way that's not too repetitive of what we've seen before, although it does remind me a little bit of the Righteous Gemstones. Check that series out if you haven't already. It's very good. But it's done in a way that feels like, I don't know, I guess it's not like it's poking fun at it, right? It's trying to do it in a realistic way, which makes it play out better, and work better together. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. I really don't want to give spoilers, so check it out when it hits theaters this Friday. And after that, come back and tell me what you thought. If you've already seen the movie by the time you get to this review, let me know what you thought down below in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it. I give Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul a 3.5 out of 5, because the more I think about it, the more I really had fun with this movie, and I thought it was really good and really entertaining. And it is something I would watch again with people just to see their reactions. And again, listen, there's one of the final scenes with Regina is just, it's perfection. I could watch that scene over and over. She's so good in it. So good. You guys will know what I'm talking about when you've seen it. All right, you guys can follow me over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there, MamasGeeky, and also be sure to check me out at MamasGeeky.com. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.